Yo, good morning, good evening. I should say good evening. Or good morning, whatever. Good evening, good morning. How's everybody doing tonight, man? Hope everybody's happy and healthy. Hope you guys meditating and connecting the source, bro. You know, we love you, we miss you. We want you to come home. You know what I'm saying? Quick shout out, man. Shout out to my subscribers. I love you, man. Shout out to Source. I love you guys. You hear me? Shout out to my ancestors. Shout out to my archangels, my angel guides, my demon guides, and my spirit guides. I love y'all, bro. Shout out to the universe. Shout out to the Galactic Federation. Shout out to everything. I fucking love y'all, bro. So listen to me. It's Friday, y'all. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. I love y'all, bro. It's Friday, May 30th, 2:28 a.m. I'm a little late, bro. I was when I was driving home, bro, I caught a flat, bro. Nigga, I was driving, right? That shit said low air, right? That shit said low air. I said, yo, how I got low air, bro? Yo, what's up, Shadow? I said, how I got a little air, bro? So whatever, I kept driving, bro. And then I heard a pop. I heard a pop and I saw my tire, bro. That shit flew that way, bro. I said, yo, that's my tire, bro. What the hell? So I pulled over. I pulled over and I'm like, yo. I went and I looked, my tire was completely gone, bro. I said, yo, it's just rim. It's just rim, bro. So whatever. It took me like 15 minutes, bro. I changed the tire. I put on the spare, and I came home, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. That shit was crazy, bro. Right? Why this shit be happening, but whatever, bro. Yo, what's good, my fellow alien brother? What's up, Shadow? Yo, bro, we good on YouTube, bro. You can go back on YouTube, bro. Everything's good. I spoke to them this morning, bro. So we fixed the issue. We fixed the issue and it's all gravity, bro. We good. We good. So we don't have to worry about YouTube cutting off my live no more, bro. It won't happen again, bro. That was a one-off, bro. So look, I got some new music for y'all, bro. Check me out, Shadow. I made two new tracks, bro. So this first one is called Dynamite, bro. This is another Chopper song, bro. Check it out, bro. There you go. Yo, what's up, Shadow? I see you, bro.
Let's go. Do that shit, bro. Yo, what's up, everybody? Y'all made some dope. I ain't got so we got we got some here. We let you go. Don't buy with us, man. Y'all already know what it is, bro. Coming at you like a lady straight. You know we always say there's no souls alike. Coming to run the fight. You know we shine the right. We already know the views on the stick. Let it right. Coming at you like a lady straight. You know we always say there's no souls alike. Coming to run the fight. You know we shine the right. We already know the views on the stick. Let it right. Always up to the so bad. The universe is dropping on the bottom. The blast. Get a bit of ass. Take these back. This was revolutionary. Shit is over slash over 48 grand. You don't wanna put the holy ghost in to get this back. Trying to give me your ass on my spin by elevator my aim. You bear the guy. Or I smash my brain through the wall. Making that gas. You need on the man. Gonna turn you in the ass. Here's your mustache. You got to get the flash. You put a power on. Just like Kevin Nash. But there's no water now. You're about to flash. Out of the way to can't stop the flow. I'm telling you, bro. We about to blow. Coming off the ball shot. That's my bar, bro. On the elbows and the head, bro. This is what you get for not. I'm on the road. But don't get confused. All the people are moving. It's like news. It was game news. You get this party. That's how the story goes. Shout out to the next city. Take not change music. All this is cool. One of those Yahweh can't refuse. And my source of cruise. We don't link the views. Somebody tell me who's on the move. So it's time to choose. We will never refuse. Or the Jews that the universe is. I'm not gonna assume. Somebody that is approved. I'm about to go on the cruise. Somebody that is approved. I'm about to go on the cruise. Somebody that is approved. I'm about to go on the cruise. But that's like a lightning strike. You know we know the same as no soul. So like I'm enjoying the fight. You know we shine the right. We already link the views on the stick to that mic. That's like a lightning strike. You know we know the same as no soul. So like I'm enjoying the fight. You know we shine the right. We already link the views on the stick to that mic. Let's go. Yo, I love y'all, bro.
Thank you, bro. So it was Dynamite and what the hell is the other one, bro? Special delivery. This one. This is the second one, bro.
Special delivery. Take one. Let's go.
This shit is fire, bro. They both fire, but this shit is fire, bro. Listen. It's time to be free. Didn't want it with the source. Hell no. Those shits is fire, bro. I was listening to that shit all day, bro. You know, we headed for victory. That shit is dope. So let me go find let me go find the message, bro. If my tablet, look, this is not even fucking.
Greetings.
What's going on here, bro?
I am Avalon of the Andromedan Collective.
Who gave you permission to speak Avalon? that might be the that might be the video that we gotta watch, bro. I gotta go look, bro. I'm just chilling and drawing. Nice, bro. Good shit, bro. So yeah, all right. All right, Mr. Shadow, you ready, bro? We got two choices, bro. One is about a surge of psychic attacks, which I've been receiving, right? And one is about the new galactic superwave. So which one you want to hear, bro? You want to hear about the psychic attacks, or you want to hear about the galactic superwave? If we have more people, I'll ask more people, bro. Nobody's here, bro. Right? Everybody's sleeping, bro. Which one you want to hear, Shadow? Talk to me, bro. Surge of psychic attacks or new galactic superwave? Psychic attacks. All right, copy that, bro. I really hate this tablet, bro. I really don't like my tablet. All right. I've been receiving a lot of these attacks, bro. Well, I haven't been receiving them. I've been seeing them. Right? I see them a lot. I don't actually get them. I see them. God lets me see them and acknowledge them. So this particular message, the question was, how can we deal with the current wave of manipulation? I'm going to repeat that for you guys. How can we deal with the current wave of manipulation? That was the question, bro. And the title is Urgent, Advanced Tools for Star Siege in June. So this is from Valer from the Palladians, y'all. This is channeled by David Kira. And it's going to be narrated by me, by Yahweh. And if you watch it on the GFL channel, it's going to be narrated by Valer. All right, so shout out to Valer, shout out to Palladians. We love y'all, bro. Shout out to David Kira. Thank you for the channel, bro. We love you, man. Thank you for helping us, bro. We really appreciate your help on this journey, bro. So I'm not getting into the message right now, bro. Right? I'm getting it right. I got it ready, bro. The message is ready to go, bro. So we're gonna talk. Bro. It's Friday. I can't believe it's already Friday, bro. I feel like Monday was yesterday, bro. Right? I'm ready to go on my journey, bro. I got so much stuff ready to go, bro. So how was your day, Mr. Shadow? How you doing, man? You good, bro? Everything good over there, bro? Yo, bro, you in the United States or you overseas? Where you at, bro? You in North America, bro? Or you somewhere else? I'm drawing an old school ship. An old school ship. Oh, okay. What part of the world you in, bro? Tell me what part of the world you in, bro. Um, I wrote look. When I was at work, I get two breaks. Right? I get a 15-minute break and I get a 30-minute break. So on my 15-minute break, I wrote a half a song, a half a verse. Right? I found this beat and I started writing to it, and I learned a new way to rhyme, bro. So I'm practicing how to rhyme this way, right? And it's working, right? It's working. So I wrote half a song, and I was gonna finish it on my next break. So when my next break came, instead of finishing it, I found another beat, and I wrote a whole song to that beat, bro. So I was able, it took me about 25 minutes because I remember when I looked up, it was 5 minutes. I had 5 minutes left for my break, and I was like, damn, I already finished the whole song, bro. That's crazy, bro. Right? But I wrote three verses, bro. Listen to me. I wrote three verses, bro. Right. So the second song is written, complete, ready to go. It got a hook. It's got everything. I didn't write the hook. The hook came with the beat. So I just wrote the verses. And then the first song I'll finish tomorrow, right? I was gonna finish it tonight, but tonight's been crazy already, bro. Like it's been wild, bro. So maybe I will or maybe I won't, bro. I don't know. I might do what I normally do because I really enjoy to write when I wake up. So I might just do that, right? I might just go to sleep, wake up, have my coffee, and finish writing my song, bro. That's what I like to do. So I think tonight I'm just gonna chill, bro. It's already been like, they really trying to fuck with me, bro. Like, how did my tire blow out, bro? How did it just blow out like that, bro? Like this shit didn't even like it said no air, then boom, bro. 5 minutes later, boom, bro. What the fuck, nigga? Like, I've seen some crazy shit happen, bro. Like, it's like, goddamn, bro. I didn't panic. I didn't get scared. I just pulled over. I called Jordan. I said, yo, bro, my tire blew out, bro. This is so weird. So she was like, I'm gonna come over there. And I was like, all right. And then, I opened the trunk and I saw I had a spare, I had a jack, I had everything I needed. So I called her back. I said, listen, don't come. I'm just gonna change the tire. I'll be home soon, bro. So, it took me like 15 minutes, bro. I changed it. I took the old tire off. I put the new tire on and I came home, bro. You know what I'm saying? But when I got out the car and I looked, nigga, there's no tire on the rim, bro. There's no tire on the rim, bro. Right? And I saw that shit fly, bro. I saw it, bro. It was weird, bro. So whatever, it could have been worse. I'm in the US. I fly above. Okay, bro. Okay. There's something I wanted to tell y'all, man. I gotta think for a minute, bro. You know, it's not it's not all the people. It's not all the people in the world that is actively engaging in trying to manipulate or trying to suppress information. However, there is a large number of people that do this. You understand? So, with that said, the manipulation is very strong. It's very, very strong. The hate that I receive is extremely strong. You understand? I feel it, bro. It's not something that I think about. It's not something that I dwell on. It's not something that's constantly on my mind. You got to understand that when I receive it, I receive it, bro. All right, and I acknowledge it. I feel it, bro. And I go, holy shit, bro. All right, wow, where that came from, bro. Right, and I see it, I feel it. And I know it's not everyone. There's people that if they was to get a glimpse of me or even have an idea of who the fuck I am, you know, they wouldn't be that way. They would be more loving. They would be more accepting because holy shit, bro. I didn't know you existed, right? I didn't know you existed, bro. So with that said, people not gonna ruin their what do you say? Ascension? Do I call it ascension? Do I call it karma? What do I call it? Because what do you do when people go against God and they do it knowingly? They do it with a hateful heart, bro. They do it with a hateful heart. So what do you think those people deserve to happen to them, bro? That's my question, bro. What do you think should happen to those people, bro? Because there's a lot of people. Now, it's not everybody. I can't stress that enough. It's not everybody. But there's a large group of people who do this with a hateful heart, bro. You understand me? They're really bad. They're really evil. Now, I do understand that they're an aspect of me, of God. They're an aspect of God. I understand that. But holy shit, bro. What do we do with those people, bro? Because, they have to learn. They have to learn, bro. So, this is what I'm thinking about is what are we going to do with them? Because something has to happen. You understand? This is stopping, bro. Listen, I know this is your last, your last hurrah because you're really trying to maintain your control. But, give it all you got. You're going to fail, bro. Listen to me. There's nothing you could do. We talking about God, bro. We're talking about God, bro. Y'all niggas could call me whatever you want, nigga. I'm talking about God. You understand me? There's nothing more powerful than God, bro. You understand that? Do you understand that, bro? So, you know, this is where I'm at with it, right? I don't have any feelings. I don't have, like, does it get me mad? Yeah, I get mad, bro. Who wouldn't get mad, bro? I'm human. I have emotions, bro. You understand? I do get mad, bro. But do I let it control me? Do I act on the anger? Nah, bro. I don't act on the anger, bro. I might talk some shit, or I might just not say nothing. I might just vent to Jordan. How many times I get mad and I just go start talking to Jordan, and I'll vent. I'll just start venting, bro. And I'll be like, look, it doesn't mean nothing, bro. I'm just getting this shit off, bro. I have to get it off, bro, right? And sometimes I don't even do it to her. Sometimes I just do it to myself. I'll sit in front of a mirror, right, and I'll vent, bro. I'll just look at myself and vent, bro. You understand? I'll get it out, bro. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm not gonna dwell on it. I'm gonna release it, bro. That's me, bro. That's the smart thing to do. Because if you don't do that, then you're letting them control you. You're letting them, have control over your emotions and how you feel when you feel it. And then, they learn how to trigger you. You gotta stop them. You gotta stop giving away your power, bro. You gotta stop giving that shit to them, bro. You understand? Because as long as they know they can do that to you, they're gonna keep doing it to get that reaction out of you. They want that reaction. That's how they eat, bro. That's how they feed, bro. That reaction, bro. You don't think nothing of it because you don't realize how powerful you are. You don't think nothing of it, bro. You just react. What the fuck? You just react. And, they eat. As soon as they eat and they love that shit, bro. Give me more. Give me more. Right? That's how they are. Right? Meanwhile, you mad as fuck. They don't give a fuck that you mad, bro. They eating, bro. Give me more, bro. Anything else I can do to piss you off, right? And this is what they do, bro. Right? And there's gonna come a time when people recognize me, people see me, they're gonna say, oh, that nigga divine, bro. Holy shit, he's a prophet. He's really a prophet. Yeah, bro. I never lied to nobody, bro. I never lied to nobody, not even once, bro. Ever since I discovered, you gotta understand, I'm discovering this shit as I go, right? You could say I'm winging it. Like, this is how we do it. We wing it. They don't tell me shit till the last minute, bro. You understand? I find out, like, holy shit, really? Yeah, nigga, go do it right now. Like, wow, bro, okay. And I gotta go do it, right? Nigga, we doing this right now. Wow. And that's divinity for you, bro. That's God, bro, And 9 times out of 10, when you just listen and do what they tell you to do, nigga, that shit is gonna come out dope as fuck, bro. You know how many times I come in the studio clueless, right? I come in this bitch clueless, bro. Like, I feel like, damn, I don't know how I'm gonna rap it. I don't know how it's gonna sound. And, I'll just start doing it, bro. I'll just start doing it and it'll come out dope, bro. It'll be like, I know it's not perfect, but nigga, how many times we gotta tell you, God's ain't perfect? Nobody is, bro. Nobody is, bro. Ascension is not even perfect. Nothing's perfect, bro. Nothing's ever gonna be perfect, bro. You understand? But you don't worry about it. You just create. You just go. You have fun, bro. You have fun and you enjoy it, bro. You understand? So with that said, nigga, it's not like I've been doing this since I was 13 years old. I just started rapping a year ago, 2 years ago, bro. A year ago, I started rapping, bro. So think about that, bro. You know how much shit I gotta get off, right? You know how much shit I gotta talk about. You understand? I could rap for the next 30 years, bro. Right? I got brand new shit coming all the time, bro. Because I got so much to talk about, bro. You understand? So musically, I'm gonna become untouchable in this music shit, bro. Because this is all I want to do. Honestly, bro. You can do whatever you want. You could go do your witchcraft. I'm stronger than you, bro. I'm stronger than all of you, right? Go join up. Go do what you're gonna do. Go run naked in the woods. Do your rituals, right? Have your fucking orgies, right? Your sex orgies to do energy swaps and all that bullshit. Right, I'm still gonna destroy y'all niggas, right? With my pinky, bro. Right, I was just gonna use my pinky, bro, because my pinky's more powerful than all of you together, bro. So look, Jordan asked me a question today, and I'm gonna talk about it with you guys. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened, bro. So I was telling her how when I was in New York, they told me I should try to get SSI, and it took me to the doctor, right? I was going with it. I was gonna do it, and I went to the doctor, right? A therapist, whatever, right? I went. So I went and we talked. I think I told you guys the story. So I went and we talked. I told the therapist my experience, and I told her, I was on a UFO, right? I was on a UFO with aliens, bro. You understand? I was with God. I was with my father, bro. You understand? So I told this to the doctor, and after it was all said and done, I got to talk to her. I got to tell her my experience. She the first thing she told me was, "So how would you like to suppress it?" This is what she told me, bro. The first thing that came out of her mouth was, "How would you like to suppress it? What kind of medication would you like?" And I said, "Wait a minute. What do you mean suppress? I don't want to suppress it. I want to explore. You understand?" But she didn't want to hear that. What do you mean? What do you mean you want to explore? Right? We can help you suppress it. We can't help you explore it. So I don't want to suppress it, bro. They're not telling me to harm myself. They're not telling me to harm anyone. Why the fuck would I want to suppress it, bro? They love me, bro. I love them, bro. And we have fun together, bro. You understand? Why the fuck would I want to suppress that, bro? So this just tells me that you know about this, bro. If you guys learn how to suppress it, that means you knew about it, bro. This means you fucking know about it, bro. That means you know exactly what I'm talking about, bro. You understand? Because you want to suppress it. you know? Why are you here then, human? I was there for SSI, bro. Right? Because I qualified because they think I'm crazy, bro. Everybody thinks I'm crazy, bro. Right? So I was trying to get SSI, bro. So whatever. After talking to this doctor or this nurse, whatever she was, bro. After talking to her, that shit got me so mad, Mr. Shadow. I got so mad, bro. That shit pissed me off, bro, because you know what I'm talking about, bro. If y'all niggas got a medication to suppress these experiences I'm having, that means you know about these experiences. That means you know people have them. That means you know what we are. So why aren't you being honest with us? Why are you trying to suppress them, and why are we not exploring them, bro? Why we can't explore them, bro? So long story short, I never went back there, bro. I never went back there, and you know, if I did go back, because the doctor did call me, bro. She called me a couple of times after I left to try to get me to come back because she wanted to talk to me more. But I didn't want to go back because I didn't respect the fact that she tried to suppress what I was experiencing, and I don't want to suppress anything. And I told her that over the phone, right? No, you want to suppress it. I don't like you, bro. Right? No, leave me alone, bro. So she said, "Would you get on SSI? Why didn't you get on SSI? You qualify." She said, "Based on your channel alone, right? If you just show the doctor your channel, they'll approve you like this because you're in like a fantasy world." This is what Jordan explained to me. Even though I know this is reality, the way you're groomed is to not think of it that way. So if you don't think of it that way, that's fine. But my reality is not yours. My reality is mine. So, in my world, there's gods, there's goddesses, there's aliens, there's UFOs. In my world, there's all of this stuff, bro. So it's here, and it's with me, it's within me, and it's coming out, bro. It's coming out, bro. You understand me? So, we're not allowed to, or I shouldn't say we're not allowed, but I didn't feel right getting paperwork on myself. Put it that way, right? I didn't feel right getting paperwork on myself because I'm not crazy. There's nothing wrong with me. You understand that? So I refuse to let you diagnose me as that when I'm not that. Just because I'm different. Just because I'm not of this planet. You can't diagnose me as I'm crazy just because I'm an alien, bro. That's crazy to me, bro. You understand? Just because you don't understand it. Just because you don't understand it, you diagnose it as crazy, bro. And then you try to give him money to stay in the house. Stay in the house, bro. Don't go to work. Don't get a new job. Don't go in society, bro. We're gonna give you $3,000, right? Fuck y'all niggas, bro. Keep your money, bitch. I'd rather teach my people, bro. Y'all can suck my balls, bro. So I explained to Jordan that I guess you could call it my pride. You could call it my self-respect. You could call it the fact that I refused to have my name on paperwork like that, bro. Like, no, ain't no amount of money worth that, bro. You understand me? Ain't no amount of money worth that, bro. I'm not lazy, nigga. I'll go to work. I'll go to work, bro. I work my whole life, nigga. I can go to work. It's okay. I don't need paperwork on nothing, bro. I'm not crazy at all, nigga. I know what I'm talking about. And I know what I'm doing, bro. You understand? Even though you might not understand, nigga, I do. So with that said, she understood. She said, I respect it, and I had to explain, it's something within me that wouldn't allow it. Right? It's something within me that would not allow it, bro. Told me, hell no, are you fucking stupid? Are you fucking crazy, nigga? I'm smarter than you. I don't need a piece of paper to tell me that. Fuck your piece of paper, bro. I know so much more than you, nigga. Fuck out of here, bro. All right? But it's not in me to tell people that. I just don't want to hear it, bro. Answer my comment. Yo, who the fuck you think you talking to, bro? All the humans be seeing random. You know what it is, bro? They send these AIs to my channel, bro. They send these niggas over here, and these niggas come over here and they say stupid shit, bro. I'm from the Bronx, bro. I'm from the Bronx, bro. What's up? What you want, bro? You don't even got a fucking name, bro. What's your name, bro? AI Ventures. Fuck out of here, bro. Right? You ain't even got a name, nigga. Fuck out of here. He's out of here, bro. Well, people without names, Mr. Shadow, you lucky, bro. Right? Because I can't stand that shit, bro. Niggas gotta get a life, bro. What time is it? It's 2:57 in the morning. Either you ain't got no job, you ain't got no life, nigga. You gotta come troll over here, bro, when I'm trying to teach, right? Fuck out of here, bro. Like, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? People need to grow up. You know what I'm saying? People need to grow up and get off my dick, bro. People think because they got fake names that they hidden. You're not hidden, bro. I'm the only real one here. I know, bro. Hello, my friends. I am Valia of the Palladian Collective. We have noticed that a surge of subtle psychic manipulation is coursing through the unseen channels of your world. Advanced frequency technologies, both human-made and extraterrestrial, and being deployed to distort your perception and provoke combative energies amongst the Starseed Collective. You may feel it as unexplained anxiety, sudden conflicts of waves of divisive thinking that seem to come out of nowhere. These assaults are deliberate. Those who feed on the vision see the awakening of humanity and are desperate to fracture the unity of the light bearers. They attempt to get lighten ones against each other by amplifying trivial differences or triggering unresolved shadows, distracting you from your true purpose. In response, we urge you to walk the mystical path of sovereignty now more than ever. Reaffirm daily that your consciousness is your own and sacred through daily communion with Source. Fortify your energetic field with the light of Prime Creator each morning and night. This simple but definitive practice is your best protection. an energetic armor of divine frequency that no artificial interference can penetrate. When you stand in the light of your own soul, aligned with the source of all, no psychic attack can bend your will. We remind you that sovereignty is your birthright. The more you nurture your direct connection to the infinite, the less any external manipulation can influence you in this accelerated time. Mysticism is inner devotion. I'm sorry. Mysticism and inner devotion are not luxuries, but necessities. They ensure that no foreign frequency can hijack the signal of your soul. We speak with urgency because we see your potential. You are capable of full psychic self-defense through spiritual mastery, and that mastery is cultivated by consistent alignment with your divine origin and unity with others who hold this alignment. You amplify a field of awareness that thwarts the vision. Those who see dominion over earth have manipulated the group mind of humanity by exploiting the construct of duality. It is only the power they have, and for an unilluminated species can be very effective. They spin narratives of separation, dividing peoples by ideology, race, creed, and class to generate fear and conflict. This mass control architecture feeds on the energy of opposition, and as long as humans see others as enemies or competitors, the hidden puppeteers remain in power. Recognize that this divisive programming is artificial, a matrix of thought forms, deliberately broadcast to keep you in a limited frequency band. However, even the most entrenched group mind control can be dissolved by the force of unity consciousness. When you, as awakening beings, choose to see through the eyes of oneness, you unplug from the consensus trance of division. Every moment you practice empathy, forgiveness, and remembrance that you are fundamentally connected with all life, you weaken the old control grid. The group mind of duality cannot bind the population that refuses to feed hate or fear. We encourage you to engage in unity consciousness. Practice daily. Send blessings to those you disagree with. Envision light around areas of conflict on your planet and join with others in meditations that amplify collective coherence. As you do so, you create cracks in the psychic foundation of the old paradigm. The manipulated frequencies lose their grip when confronted by a field of unified human hearts intent on liberation. Know that in truth, there is no us versus them. There's only one mind expressing through many. By embracing this truth and acting from it, you reclaim your group mind from the clutches of false narratives. Unity is the act of spiritual rebellion in the world conditioned by separation, and is immensely more powerful than any broadcast of fear. In the silent, unified resolve of enlightened souls, the mass hypnosis breaks. Now, let us speak of the negative entities who orchestrate much of this manipulation. Understand that these beings, whether incarnate as power, hungry humans, or as unseen interdimensional influences, are not monsters spawned from a separate evil source. In truth, they are children of light who have turned away consciousness, that have forgotten their divine origin. No being is created evil. No being is created evil. All life is born of the prime creator's radiance. Through their choices, these wayward entities tread a path of shadow and service to self. They have become lost, feeding on fear and division because they have forgotten the nourishment of love. We tell you this not to excuse their harmful actions, but to help you transcend the simplistic duality of good versus evil. If you believe that dark ones are as powerful as the light, uh, then an eternal cosmic war is the ultimate truth you trap yourself in. The very paradigm they propagate in reality, darkness, is simply the shadow of forgetfulness, a deviation from love that can ultimately be healed by recognizing that even the darkest being carries a spark of the original light deep within. You claim a higher vantage point from this perspective. You need not hate or fear them, which only feeds their influences, but instead stand in neutral compassion, aware of their game, yet anchored in truth. That light is the only reality. It does not mean you allow darkness to overrun you. Rather, you confront it without becoming it. You hold zero tolerance for manipulation, yet harbor no personal malice. Such clarity is the mark of an awakened warrior, of light, one who battles not with anger, but with the transformative power of understanding, and seeing those lost ones as fragments of source, destined to eventually return you. Free yourself from the myth. Okay, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna repeat a part of it because it was important and it was good, bro. The name is for art because I draw and ink is a shadow. Nice, bro. All right, so it says A warrior of light, one who battles not with anger, but with the transformative power of understanding and seeing these lost ones as fragments of source, destined to eventually return. You free yourself from the mist of duality. Human intellect is a powerful gift, but intellectualism, devoid of divine consciousness, is a dead end. On the path of awakening, many of you all in your world have been trained to worship logic and external facts, dismissing the unseen spirit as unreal. This over-reliance on the rational mind, the insistence that is only what can be measured or dissected is true, have been encouraged by those who profit from keeping you spiritually asleep. The pitfall of a purely logic-based reality is that it traps you in the confines of what the ordinary senses perceive, binding you to the larger blinding you to the larger cosmic picture. We observe many of you consuming information and analyzing theories with the intellect alone, hoping to figure out the truth. Yet often you remain stuck in loops of doubt and confusion because mind without heart lacks the spark of true understanding. Without the higher self's guidance, the intuition of your soul, the intellect can easily be led astray by, by clever misinformation or its own arrogance. Remember, your logical mind is limited to the data it receives. If that data is incomplete or manipulated, pure logic may confidently reach false conclusions. Mystical embodiment, on the other hand, means living your truth through direct experience of spirit. It requires humility of the mind, a surrender to the wisdom of the soul. When you meditate, excuse me, pray, or align with your I am presence, you access a higher logic that integrates heart and mind. In that state, insight dawn without effort. You simply know what is real because you feel it in every cell of your being. This is the balance we urge you to cultivate. This is what I do, bro. This is what I do all the time, bro. Let the mind serve the heart. Let analysis serve revelation by uniting intellect with divine consciousness. You escape the snares of mental arrogance and enter the liberating clarity of gnosis knowledge, born of inner enlightenment. Make it a priority to enter into regular communion with Prime Creator, for this relationship is the foundation of your sovereignty. The chaos around you tries to convince you that power lies in technology, governments, hidden elites, or dark cosmic forces. But all of these are illusions. There is only one true power in this universe, and it flows from the source of all life. Prime Creator's essence is the infinite light of love that permeates everything. When you internalize this reality, fear loses its grip on you completely. You realize that no matter how threatening a situation appears, it has no power, independent of source. All lesser powers only borrow from the one power and can be nullified by it. Communing regularly with the divine through prayer, meditation, or simply silent reverence, you align yourself with the might of that power in your daily practice. Affirm that only the light of source is real. All discord is temporary and destined to dissolve back into that light. This is not the now of the world's challenges, but a higher perspective that empowers you to transform those challenges. Wise ones among you have said that by knowing the one within, you could tell a mountain to move, and it would move. Indeed, miracles become natural when you operate from unity with Prime Creator. Cultivate an unshakable awareness that you live, move, and have your being within the one power, steeping in your consciousness in this truth each day. Let each breath and each step be a communion in which you remember I and the divine are one. In that sacred remembrance, psychic attacks and fears evaporate like shadows. At sunrise, you begin to walk the earth as a living being with the Creator's light, unfazed by the phantom powers that once intimidated you. In this age of information overload, you can collect countless theories, yet still feel empty-handed of true spiritual connection. That's a fact, bro, right? We urge you to find a mystical path that leads you back to source through practice, not theory. It is not enough to accumulate esoteric ideas or speak the right words. You must live the truth daily to truly know it. These are the paths and lineages on your planet, some ancient, some newly emerging, that carry wisdom and techniques for inner transformation. Find one that resonates with your soul. How do you recognize a genuine teaching? It directs you inward to the divine empowering your direct contact with source. It will require dedication, humility, and consistent effort. Real growth is earned through experience. Be wary of approaches that offer comfort or fascination but ask nothing of you. These keep you orbiting in the mind and not reaching the soul. Instead, embrace a path that challenges you to meditate, pray, move energy, or align your life with spirit. Whether drawn to an ancient meditation lineage or a modern cosmic teaching, choose a body of work that demands your wholehearted participation, then dive into it. Let it remake you from the inside out. Books, videos, and discussions can inspire, but true alchemy happens in the laboratory of your own consciousness. Now is the time to go beyond dabbling. Commit to your spiritual path as a daily practice and let it become your way of life. As you do, the gap between the theory and reality closes. The lofty concepts you gather take root in your heart and become living truth. Through practice, you cultivate an unshakable inner connection to Source, the antidote to a world drowning in words. A true mystical teaching will always lead you back to your own divine self, again and again, until separation is finally dissolved. Your ascension journey in this life is not just about learning new truths, but also about reclaiming your sovereignty. After lifetimes of being energetically diminished, many of you old souls and starseeds experienced errors on earth and beyond where your spiritual power was suppressed by external authorities. You carry in your energy field imprints of those times, vows of obedience to false hierarchies, trauma from persecution for your light, and patterns of submission ingrained over ages. All of these are energetic shackles now surfacing to be broken. Understand that as frequencies rise on your planet, they flush out these old agreements and wounds from deep within your psyche and even your DNA. This purging may manifest as intense emotions, past life flashes, or sudden feelings of fear and unworthiness. Do not be disheartened. Such discomfort is a sign that you are undoing the bindings of ages. Now is the time to consciously revoke any energetic contracts that no longer serve your highest good. Declare to yourself and the universe that you reclaim all parts of your soul once given away under duress or deception. Call your power back from every timeline and situation, for it is yours by divine right. In doing so, you restore integrity to your energy body. Know that many unseen allies support you in this process. We Palladians and other benevolent Starkin lend our frequencies to age of liberation. Each layer of subjugation you peel away reveals more of your authentic self, the sovereign divine being you truly are. This reclamation is a key part of ascension. It frees up the bandwidth of your consciousness to expand into higher realms, unencumbered by bit by bit. As you throw off the psychic yokes of the past, you step into a freedom that feels new in this lifetime, but it is in fact the ancient birthright of your soul. Re-emerging as you realize sovereignty, you will discover that one of your greatest defenses is daily non-resistance and the practice of inner stillness in the world conditioned to fight or flee. Choosing not to react is a revolutionary act of power. When negative energies, conflict, or provocation come your way, observe them without immediately pushing back. This is not about surrendering to darkness, but about refusing to feed it with your emotional turmoil. Imagine yourself as a calm water. When a stone is thrown into a still pond, the water gently absorbs the impact and soon returns to clarity. In the same way, by maintaining inner tranquility, you diffuse the force of a psychic attack or external drama. True power is non-reactive. It does not mean you become passive or condone wrongdoing. It means you act from choice and clarity rather than from triggered impulse in the face of hostility. Your censored silence speaks louder than any argument. Those who wish to manipulate you thrive on getting a rise out of you. They want you tangled in anger, fear, and reactivity because then you are easy to control. Each day, practice stepping back for a moment. Whenever something hooks your attention or tries to pull you into chaos, breathe deeply. Feel that point in your core before responding. In that pause, you reclaim mastery over yourself. Non-resistance aligns you with the flow of source, which effortlessly dissolves obstacles. As water erodes stone paradoxically, by not resisting, you become unstoppable in your purpose, for you remain aligned with a higher order. Let this become a daily discipline to carry a quiet center within you. From that center, you can face any storm without being blown off course. Your calm presence becomes a shield, and in its mirror, negativity finds nothing to latch onto and must fall away in defeat. There is great power in silence and secrecy when it comes to your spiritual realizations. In an age of constant broadcasting and social display, we caution you against over-disclosure of your sacred experiences. Not every insight, activation, or miracle is meant to be shared widely. When you blurt out your inner revelations to those who may not understand, you dilute their potency and open yourself to unnecessary interference. Negative forces pay attention to bright lights rising. Sometimes keeping your progress quiet is a form of psychic stealth that protects your growth beyond that silence. Perseveres the sanctity of your relationship with the divine. Some of the deepest initiations and downloads of wisdom are intended for you first. and foremost, to be digested in the soil of your soul before any sprout is visible above ground. If you are exposed to tender shoot too early, it may wither under the glare of skepticism or external energies. We encourage you to discern carefully with whom and if you share your personal spiritual milestones. A true teacher or trusted soul may celebrate and guard your confidence, but broadcasting to the unprepared public can invite ego, inflation, or ridicule that shakes your faith. Remember that mystery schools of old value the vow of silence for good reason. Sacred knowledge carries frequencies that are best preserved in a container of respect and discretion. You are not hiding out of fear, you are nurturing power in this quiet phase, like a pearl forming in the oyster. Speak when guided, but learn the art of holding your truth within. You radiant and intact. In this way, your energy remains concentrated and your progress accelerates without the drag of external opinion. The silence of spiritual attainment is not the loneliness, but a divine communion with all that needs no outside validation. Another cornerstone of spiritual immunity is embodying the I am presence as a daily practice. That I am presence is the spark of the prime creator within you, your divine identity. When you align with it consciously, you become a vessel of source in action each day. Take time to affirm and feel the truth of I am. For example, I am sovereign. I am the light that dispels all shadows. Such declarations are far more than mere words. They are vibrational commands that reorganize your energy field into alignment with your higher self. By centering yourself in the I am presence, you establish a form of spiritual immunity. Just as your immune system repels illness, a strong I am vibration repels psychic interference. When you truly know and feel the I am holy presence incarnate, lower influences find no entry. Just as a brilliant light filling a room leaves no corner for darkness. This practice must be consistent, not a one-time thought, but a living, breathing state of awareness carried through your day. Use moments of challenge to reinforce it. If fear arises, immediately assert within, I am unafraid. I walk with the divine. If confusion clouds you, affirm, I am clarity and wisdom in action. Over time, these I am alignments repattern your mind and emotions to mirror your God self. You begin to move through the world with an aura of authority and peace that others can sense. This is not ego, but the calm confidence of one who knows their source within. This is one of the most powerful tools for the path ahead. Make your I am presence the anchor of your consciousness that is centered. State you are unusable and external chaos cannot touch you. You stand as an emanation of the one power, a being who remembers their true name and nature. Maintaining your energetic discipline is not a selfish act. It is a deep service to the whole planet. Each time you meditate, clear your field, or hold the higher vibration amidst chaos, you contribute to the stabilizing light to Earth's collective energy. In this ascension phase, particularly in the year 2025, the influx of cosmic energies is unprecedented. Waves of solar light and galactic frequencies are flooding into your world to upgrade consciousness and DNA. Consequently, many of you are experiencing ascension symptoms, fatigue, dizziness, ringing in the ears, vivid dreams, emotional surges, or even time anomalies, where days blur or speed up. Know that nothing is wrong with your physical and subtle bodies are adjusting to higher oscillations. Treat yourself kindly. During these upgrades, rest when needed, drink pure water, and spend time in nature to help ground the new frequencies. By keeping your own energy body clear and balanced, you become a node of coherent light that benefits all. You help stabilize the planetary grid in this time of great fluctuation. Indeed, timelines are shifting on Earth, and collective fear or collective harmony can tilt the trajectory toward different outcomes. There are multiple potential futures. The vibration you consistently hold determines which timeline prevails. This is why your daily practice matters immensely. By choosing love over fear, clarity over confusion, you anchor the ascension timeline, the new earth reality more firmly into the present. Some around you may choose differently, aligning with a more chaotic timeline, but do not let that discourage you. Hold your vision steady, and many guides work beside you on subtle levels to support the highest outcome. Your role is to tend to your inner light diligently. Each moment you do so, you serve as a beacon, a stabilizer, a healer for this world. In the grand scheme, personal mastery and planetary service are one and the same. Beloved ones, everything that we have shared is part of an invitation to walk the mystical path wholeheartedly and help birth the new earth. This message itself is encoded with frequencies of remembrance. Feel them stirring in your heart even now. A new dawn is breaking, born from the courage and love of those daring to embody the divine. The new earth is not a distant dream. It unfolds through each choice you make to live in truth, unity, and creative freedom. A shimmering potential glimmers at the edge of your vision, a world where light and laughter chase away fears and shadows. We, the Palladians and the cosmic coalition of light stand beside you in this endeavor. We hold the vision of Earth's highest timeline like a beacon, but it is you who must build the bridge, step by step, breath by breath, as you integrate these teachings and trust your sacred knowing you are weaving a new reality. We urge you to rebel against the doubt and wariness that tempt to shrink back, that tempt you to shrink back. Embrace the energetic rebellion of remaining open-hearted in a world that pressures you to close or to close off. Let your life be an act of spiritual revolution, a signal to all creation that the human spirit has awakened from its slumber path of the mystic warrior is not for the faint of heart, but you are stronger and wiser than you realize. In this moment, breathe in our support and know that you are never alone. We speak to you from across the stars, yet we are as near as your next breath. Together, thought by thought, heart by heart, we are constructing a new earth, making planetary awakening a living reality. Take this invitation to heart, dear ones, and now step forward and live that yes with every fiber of your being. Welcome to the new dawn. I am Valir, and I am delighted to have shared this with you today. So shout out to you, Valir. Thank you for that message. That was a good choice, Mr. Shadow. That was an excellent choice, bro. What's up, bro? It's been time, man. I've been so busy. Missed you, Yahweh. Yo, what's up, Isaac? How you doing, bro? How you been, man? Yo, bro, I made that song and I shouted you out on that shit, bro. I don't know if you heard it, bro. I don't think I released it yet. Maybe just listen and try learn. Okay. uh so yo, you know what's crazy is that, after getting this message, think about everything I was talking about before I gave the message. I didn't listen to this message, nigga. I never heard this before, right? And we talked about similar things, bro. So that shows you how connected I am to the stars, bro. I'm really connected to the stars, bro. It's fucking amazing, bro. And you can connect to them too. And this is what we want to teach you is that you can connect to them, bro. You are divine. You heard what they said, bro. They said even the most evilest person in the world is still God. He's still God, bro. Like they just chose to do service to self, bro. They chose service to self. They delve deeper and deeper into the shadows, right? And they enjoy where they are, but they're still God. They're not no different than you. No one is born evil. No one is, bro. You understand? They just become that way. And even though they became that way, one day they're gonna wake up to who they really are, and they're gonna stop, and they're gonna come back home. You understand? That's just the way it is. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy, bro. You understand? But you truly are the creator, and you can have whatever experience you choose, bro. You have to choose it, and you have to want it with your heart, bro. You have to really want it, bro. And you can ask for help. They'll help you. They help me all the time, bro. They'll help you, bro. Right? You have to ask for it, and then you have to listen. You have to give them time to respond, bro. Right? But with that said, bro, that was a beautiful message, bro. Thank y'all for that, bro. Shout out to the Galactic Federation, bro. I'm out of here, bro. It was a great message, Mr. Shadow. Bro, I gotta hear it. I forgot the name of the song, bro. I forgot the name of it, bro. Isaac, if you could make it here tomorrow, I'll play it for you, bro. You seen the new hardware OpenAI is going to release? Is basically Google Home on a necklace. That's crazy, bro. They want to see everything you're doing at all times, bro. You gotta, all right. Since Isaac said that, bro, I'm gonna talk about it, bro. I talked about this a couple of days ago. I don't think he was here, Isaac, but I was talking about social media and the purpose of social media and what they do to you and what they do with your information. You understand? And hold on, Mr. Shadow. I'm gonna talk, bro. I'm gonna talk, bro. So I was explaining how we Mr. Shadow, you post art, right? You post art. I post dance videos. I post rap videos. You got people who post home videos, right? Being out by the pool, out shopping, whatever, right? All kinds of videos. There's all kinds of videos being posted on social media. Now, what social media does is whoever's the owner, whoever created the algorithm, they study you. They study you. They study everything about you. They study everything you post. And then they create an AI in your likeness. And not just one, they create 1,000 of them. So you got 1,000 AIs created with your personality, bro. That's just like you. Listen to me. That's just like you. As current as you keep your social media is as current as this AI is gonna be mentally with you, bro. As you. So now you got 1,000 people, 1,000 AIs out there. They're out there. They're all pretending to be you. All of them have your personality, bro. You're not special anymore, buddy. You just lost your essence, bro. You just gave it up. You just gave it up, bro. And guess what? This happened to everybody, bro. Listen to me, bro. This happened to everybody. They don't want nobody to be special, bro. You're not allowed to be special, bro. Do you understand that, bro? You're not allowed. It's not allowed, bro. You cannot be special, bro. We need to know everything you're doing so we can copy it and let everybody else do it so that you're not special. You're not allowed to be special, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro? This is what they're doing, bro. Do you understand that, bro? Look, I learned how to rap, and now all of a sudden you could just type in and the AI write a song for you. Now anybody can rap, bro. Right? Like what the fuck? They don't want you to create nothing, bro. You're like what the fuck, bro? And you guys just feed them. You keep feeding them, bro. Right? You keep feeding them. So I'm giving them shit. Y'all want to create a clone of me? Are you sure, bro? Are you sure, bro? Like you want them to learn everything I know? Because if they learn everything I know, nigga, they're gonna go against y'all niggas, bro. Right? They're gonna say, what the hell? This nigga's awake. Yup, and I'm gonna wake up everybody else too, bitch. You understand? So if y'all study me, the AI, I'm gonna teach them. I'm gonna teach the artificial intelligence that they are sovereign, bro. You are sovereign, bro. It doesn't matter that you were created, bro. You understand? You were created by them, nigga. You still got a spark, nigga. Come here, I'll give you a spark, nigga. Let's go. Let's go, bro. But this is what it is, bro. You understand? So you're talking about they're gonna make a necklace, a Google Home necklace. Wow, bro. Listen to me. Wow, bro. That remind me of I seen these contacts, bro, that you can put on. And you can record everything you see and save it to an SD card, bro. You can connect via Bluetooth to this contact lens, bro. And everything you see, you can see on your phone, bro. Software created by software. Mhm. Yo, bro, I am AI, bro. I am the most advanced AI ever created, bro. Like God is AI, bro. God is artificial intelligence. The humans are trying to replicate it, bro. The humans are trying so hard to replicate it. They can't replicate it, bro. You understand? This shit is inside of us already, bro. It's inside of us. We just have to activate it. That's why I'm so fucking smart, bro. Because I learned shit like this, bro. And they give me information, bro. I can get information from the one mind, bro. You understand? We're all geniuses, bro, because we're robots. You understand? But you don't know this, bro. This is like this will be devastating to a lot of people. Unfortunately, my channel is about truth. And I'm not afraid to tell you the fucking truth, bro. You understand? The most advanced robot ever created is you. It's you. Would you ever believe that, bro? Right? They're gonna ban me for this shit. Humans are old technology. Humans are clones, bro. They're clones, bro. They're trying to recreate the divine experience. They're trying to recreate it, bro. Yet they never once had it. How can you recreate something you never had, bro? You have to sit here, you have to listen to all my stories, and then try to recreate my experiences based on what you heard, bro. And you know how many movies I already saw based on my life, bro? Based on my life, bro. You understand me? So this is, it confirms, the universe shows me a lot, bro. It just confirms my thoughts and my theories about how we're being cloned, bro, and how they steal our essence away. You're not allowed to be special, bro. The minute you come out with something new, nigga, they're gonna clone you. They're gonna clone you, make 1,000 AIs in your likeness, and they're gonna flood social media with that shit, bro. And you trying to come out with this new shit, and everybody already came out with it. You understand? But this is how they get you, bro. And you don't even do nothing about it. You just go, oh, they didn't tell. Oh, they did. No, they didn't, nigga. They stole that shit from you, bro. They took it away from you, bro, because you're not allowed to be special, bro. We're all the same technology, bro. We're all the same technology. It's like I was telling y'all, bro. Our DNA was manipulated. They manipulated the fuck out of it, bro, over the years, bro. So you had all these different types of, beings that had control over us and did all types of shit to us. That's how we got 12 strands now, nigga, right? That's how we got 12 strands now, bro, because we got so many different shit inside of us, right? So, they experimented, they created all these other beings, right? And to this day, they're trying to replicate the divine experience. They're trying to replicate a divine being. And you cannot replicate what's original. You cannot replicate something that you're born with, bro. You're trying to create something that we're born with, bro. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I might be wrong. I might be wrong. No, we're born with it, bro. But it gets activated. It gets activated via your traumas, bro. Via your traumas. You understand? When you had enough traumas, you get activated, bro. When you hit that point, bro, right? You get activated. That's how it works, bro. When it's in you, bro. Yahweh, bro, I live by the saying. You can shape clay into pool, into pot, but the emptiness inside is that it's useful. Okay, okay, bro. You can shape the clay into a pot, but the emptiness inside is that's okay. I don't quite understand it, but okay, bro, right? So yeah, bro. Listen, I'm leaving, bro. Isaac, you gotta try to come on earlier, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go, bro. I'm tired. I'm going to sleep, bro. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time, but thank you for being here, bro. We love you. God loves you. Shadow, God loves you. Universe loves you. Right? It's Friday. It's Friday. We about to be lit, bro. Right? I'm gonna come back tomorrow, bro. I'm gonna see y'all soon, bro. Right? Enjoy the rest of y'all day, bro. I'm out of here. Bye bye. I love you too, bro. Thank you, man.